Okay, it still works. Sorry I had to abruptly stop. It's because there was screaming in the background. What was I saying? Yeah. So, I completely forgot what I was saying. Great. I'm not gonna go over and rewatch it immediately. Yeah, I have a heavily modified, wine prefix. It's a Windows 7, and it, like, for a big portion of it, I've, like, poured everything into it. Game software and everything to run games. Square is menu. Got it. Circle is... Triangle is to leave. Because she could fly. What is switch character? R2. R2 and L2. And I could switch with L1. Circle is to run. Look at that. Before it was just like, oh, there was some graphical issues since he started running. And, not great, he's blind. For 3 turns. She's blind for 3 turns. Nope, missed. Awesome. For these first couple of episodes, I am going to be leveling just slightly, because I need to build up to where I was in the previous game to play, and it's kind of needed. I might even have to cheat. To be honest, I might have to cheat, put myself as like 2 times experience points for like the first 10 minutes of gameplay, so I could just like boost my level a little bit, because I'm gonna need it. It's Breath of Fire. Pick it up. Ugh. Yeah, blue means you go first. Red means they've ambushed you. My controller could be heard, I think, in it. We'll see. If it takes too long to level up and get to where I was, and I can't check now because I had to delete the program, because I can't have 2 of the same program in the game, or in the system, so whatever. From 50 Sunny. Zenny. Where do you think that's from? Storms into the room like I'm not doing anything in here. She's freaking on a high horse. She's the boss. Just that's the way she thinks. Anyways, yeah. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully, hopefully I can, fully expect to do things. There's the PS2 version of this, not PSX or PCSX Reloaded, but it's a different one, which does not run. It just will not run, even though I am saying I have a Windows computer, and this one is understanding that it will not run. It pops up in the toolbar and bounces for a couple minutes, and then goes, "Wait, that's not right. Delete that," and then doesn't pop up with the program. And it's like, I said to open it, and I know you can go into the system and be like, "Open it." But since it's a Windows program, that's gonna kind of be difficult, and I kind of don't want to screw around with my system. So I have to find a workaround for that, because my PS2 is at a friend's house. It's been there for like a year and a half now. I haven't gotten it. I should really ask for him to bring it over, but you know, my Die Hack games are over there, because I was gonna force him to play dot hack and see how great it was, but that never happened. He helped me out beating the last enemy to beat in Final Fantasy XII, which was Yzmat. A nod off to, like, in respect to one of the developers that either passed away or left the project. It was like a great influence on the project or in Final Fantasy or whatever. I forget what it was, but he had like 20 health bars, and each health bar had like 1,000,000 HP, and he would put like stop on it on my whole team, which means I can't move, I can't access my items, I can't fight, I can't do anything. It's like I'm not even there controlling them, like they're standing still. I'm not touching the controller. That's how it felt like. And then there's Death, which he has a surprising chance of just insta-deathing someone. And as his health bars go down at like 25% or 50%, he'd start casting spells with immense prejudice and casting death immediately. So he was there supporting me, and so if there's a bush in the way, I can just I need to use some items. There we go. I'm hitting circle, triangle. I'm used to Final Fantasy so much. I do plan on playing Final Fantasy VI because the original PS1 emulator I had downloaded, played it, but it was crap. It was like audio off. Like if you started playing that video or that game or even anything, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I started playing Final Fantasy VI, and then like there'd be screeching, like how you're hearing my fan in the background because I have my processor or my fan speed on like max, and to keep the system cool because I'm in the hot room. I know, not really supposed to do that, but I'll pay the consequences when that time comes. I own up to my own actions pretty much all the time on those things. And it's kind of sad. But, yeah, I've been trying to get, like, The Witcher 2 to work and stuff like that. You know, a lot of PC games that are native to PC that I can just install on my laptop and be like, okay, now to tell you that this is a PC, this is Windows 7, you know, but no, that didn't work. It was like, yeah, you're not fooling us. Or it needed an additional service like Steam. So I'm downloading Assassin's Creed, the original Assassin's Creed. Hopefully it doesn't need Steam. So far, everything I've read doesn't need Steam, so you know, it's one of the few. Hopefully that finishes today, because it's been downloading for a week, ever since I stopped recording the last time. I uploaded videos yesterday, but like up to episode like 26 of the original Breath of Fire, where I'm cheating like a dog. That game is hard, as you could tell from the very beginning. For me playing it was like, okay, I start out immediately, I have to grind. I cannot go on without grinding levels. I have to be at least level 10 to move on. And I start out at level 1. So it's like, yeah, difficulty doesn't even scratch the surface. It's like Dark Souls, only 10 times worse. Because at least in Dark Souls, you can just go find equipment and be like, oh, I can just equip this without having to level up. Like, people do Soul Level 1 run-throughs of Dark Souls, and it's, like, it's not easy, but it's doable. Breath of Fire 1? No! You're asking for an early grave. First monster you fight, you're dead outside that bridge area. That's just that one area. You go on to the rest of the game? No. No. So if you think Dark Souls 1 is like terrifying, horrific experience where like you die over and over and over again, and all of a sudden you succeed and you're like, oh, thank God. No, play the original Breath of Fire 1. Okay? The original Breath of Fire is 10 times worse. It's like you die, you die, you die, you die, you die, you die, you die. Go back, go back. And then all of a sudden you beat this one thing. It'll be the smallest of monsters. And then you beat it and you level up like 4 levels. And all of a sudden you're like, you're throwing a victory party. You are literally like a football party. Like NFL quarterback lands the winning touchdown or whatever. And he's throwing a party. And he's got like billionaires there. That's the type of party you're throwing. Okay? A lot of people growing up now, man, they are lucky. They have the system to help them. The system literally goes up to them and goes, do you need help? And they go, yes. And they get help. And then they go on with their lives. Back in the day, see, I've attuned myself to that. The really unfortunate circumstance, I've attuned myself to that helping system. So, now the puzzle games I could have easily solved with a little brain power when I was a kid, not anymore. I haven't trained that much in the recent 10 years. 10 some odd years. Like, it's really difficult now for me to solve a mild puzzle. Unless it's like in Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is like Final Fantasy X. Those puzzles, they're pretty simple when it comes down to it. But like puzzles here in these types of games, and like Chrono Trigger and like a lot of other games, no, can't do it anymore. I wish I could have gone back in time and given myself some recording software and like this computer and be like, hey, use this, record. Like I go steal, I don't know, a game capture card or whatever for like PS1, PS2, or Super Nintendo or whatever, converter tables. Hold on 1 second. Acting up, their mother yelling at him like she's supposed to. So, can't complain. I figured out where my pause button was. So, I can easily just pause. Of course, if it's like a transition into a fight, it's not really a big deal. Not at all. Actually, that reminds me. I could literally just hit pause when there's a cutscene, like the dragon flying off, and I get copyright strike for it. I can just literally pause, and the game will go on with its life. And then after the cutscene, I can just hit play. I should have done that. See, I'm spoiled now. Not thinking ahead. Not thinking like I was when I was playing Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy V, the original Final Fantasies, and Chrono Trigger, and Mario and the 7 Stars, which I still have to record. I should have been recording that actually when I was dealing with this stuff. It's been 7 days. Jeez. 7 days. Full week I've been off. Gotta catch up. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've created a community on PlayStation 4. Just called Reaper Rondo's channel. I know, unoriginal, but, you know, I'm bare bones. I literally go straight to the punchline and be like, this is it. Okay? Because I've dealt with a lot of stupid people. I've dealt with a lot of smart people. I've dealt with myself being stupid. Or being too smart for my own good and then immediately being stupid afterwards. So yeah. Yeah. What I have planned, which I hope comes to fruition, is to play Dot Hack GU for everyone out there to see. Me playing Dot Hack GU. Like, that would make everything worthwhile. I've been working my way up to doing that, and it still hasn't happened. Then I've kind of ticked off. But I've read online that Die Hack Infection, the original 4 Die Hack games, are among the easiest to emulate. Which I might just go over and do those and then go over. But like Dot Hack GU is one of the hardest to emulate. Now, I was able to get, and I'm not able to do it anymore for some reason, a Windows version of PS2 emulator to work, and not working as in it's not pissing you off, but working as in I can see the screen, I can see the startup, I can see the boot menu, or not the boot menu, but the boot sequence where it says Sony Entertainment, and then it pops up with PlayStation 2. It does that with severe audio tearing, and oh man, there's audio problems in that, and then there's screen problems too, because you don't see the pillars in the background at all. You're supposed to see a couple on startup. And then it's supposed to get more populated as the memory cards get fuller. But you don't see any at all. It's just the 2 dots flying around at the top, and then the word Sony Computer Entertainment not showing up. It's a garbled mesh. It's like hieroglyphics. Only like a child doing hieroglyphics, and they don't know how to draw. Like in that time. And then the PlayStation 2 logo would appear, but it'd be like 5 minutes for it to appear. Literally 5 minutes. I'm not dealing with that. And then there was the fact that Die Hack GU would start, but then it'd be like a menu, and then I'd hit the wrong button or something. The menu would go away, I'd hear a bit of sound, and then that would be it. Instead of the startup intro, like Japanese games are known for, like massive intro sequences where it's like beautiful. That didn't start up, and then like it was dead. It killed itself off, and then I changed the graphic settings, sound settings, actual emulation settings, like hacking it to make it run faster. I had to set the hack to balanced, and it was like, okay, we're gonna speed up and slow down here, here, and here, and that's where I got. And then boom, nothing. Nothing. It did not work. Which is sad, because I spent so much time on it. I spent like 2.5 days on it straight. I even stayed up really late into the night, going up to like 5 a.m. and be like, oh crap, it's 5 a.m. I should probably go to bed. And then waking up at noon and being like, yeah, I've had enough sleep, let's go, let's get right to it. I'm fighting these guys, the Goos, as well, to get healing herbs, because I need them. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to find, in the deepest recesses of the internet, which is a very scary place, I'm going to try to find a developer out there that has made a PlayStation emulator that actually works. Because the main emulator, PCSX 2, which is the main emulator, it's the most advanced emulator, it's been dropped, apparently, or something. The most recent update was like in 2012, 2013, and it's 2015 now. Now, I'm not saying they got bored with it, or that they got lazy, or that any of them died, or the project got dropped. I mean, they could be like working on massive updates. Hey, wait, hold on. Actually, I think one of their notes was like, oh, we're gonna have an update by the fall. Or by winter. Well, it takes a lot of work and a lot of people with specific know-how to do the plugins and to do the core system of it, and then you got to go out and find BIOS for the thing, and then as you find BIOS for it, you got to work with the BIOS and be like, well, with this BIOS, it'll work this good, and then stuff like that, because the way the PlayStation operating system works,